Hello, this is Rick from MathX, and today we'll be doing number 23 from the 2019 AMC. Now, I honestly have no opinion with this problem. It was a number 23 on the AMC, so it must be moderately difficult. But just looking at the size of the problem itself, it doesn't look that scary. So let's just get into it. After Euclid High School's last basketball game, it was determined that 1/4 of the team's points were scored by Alexa, and 2/7 were scored by Brittany. Chelsea scored 15 points, and none of the other 7 team members scored more than 2 points. What was the total number of points scored by the other 7 team members? Okay, so the first thing I want to point out isn't really related to the problem itself, but it's a cool joke. They named the high school Euclid High School because Euclid's a famous math guy. Anyways, it's not important. So let's get back to the problem. So 1/4 of the team's points were scored by Alexa, and 2/7 were scored by Brittany. Okay, they're playing basketball. So Alexa and Brittany both have to score an integer number of points. They can't score like 3.5 points or 2.75 points or something like that. They can't like score pi points. So we know 1/4 of the team's points must be an integer, and 2/7 of the team's points must also be an integer, telling us that the total number of the team's points is a multiple of 4 and 7. A multiple of 4 and 7 is also a multiple of 4 times 7, which is 28. So this already tells us one thing from the start. The team's total points is a multiple of 28. Okay. Next, it tells us that Chelsea scored 15 points. Okay. And none of the other 7 team members scored more than 2 points. So we know collectively as a group, these guys didn't score over 14 points because the max they can score each is 2 points, and 7 times 2 is 14. So they either scored less than or equal to 14. And we have to find out how many points that these guys scored, the 7 team members. Well, first off, even though we got some information about the max they could total score, that doesn't really help us in the problem because we deduced that the max number of points they could score is 14. But all the answer choices are less than 14, so we can't eliminate anything instantly. So then let's work off our other clue, which is basically the team total is a multiple of 28. So let's take the minimum case scenario. If the team total is 28, then that would mean that Alexa would score 1/4 of that. So Alexa would score 7. Then Brittany would score 2/7 of 28. 1/7 of 28 is 4. So 2/7 of 28 would be 8. And we know that Chelsea scored 15 points. But wait, already we reached like a contradiction. This can't work because we got the team total to be 28 points. But Alexa, Brittany, and Chelsea collectively have 30 points. So this case just won't work. It's just wrong. So then let's look at the next case. The next multiple of 28 after 28, which we deduced to be wrong because it just doesn't work, is 56. So if the team total is 56, then Alexa would have to get 1/4 of that. So she would get 14 because 1/4 of 56 is 14. Brittany would get 2/7 of that. 1/7 of 56 is 8. And then 8 times 2 would give us 16. So Brittany would get 16. And then Chelsea would get 15. Adding this all up, we have so far Alexa, Brittany, and Chelsea collectively scoring 45 points. So these 3 girls all scored 45 points, meaning that in order for the team total to be 56, the other guys would have to score 11 points in order to make up for the 56. So we get that 7 other team members must have scored 11 points. Does that work? We already talked about how these 7 other team members cannot score more than 2 points. So the total number of points they gather altogether has to be less than or equal to 14. Well, 11 is less than or equal to 14. So it's clear that that's our answer, B. In this problem, the key thing to keep track of was 1/4 of team points that were from Alexa and 2/7 were scored by Brittany. If we just started this thing with a direct equation, we wouldn't have got anything, because then we would have like two variables. We'd have A, B. It's just going to be a nasty problem all around. So we thought intuitively. The context of the problem really made a difference in this case, because we know that you can't have like a fractional value in a basketball game. So this was the key deciding factor of this problem. Once you figure that out, then you realize what the total number of points would have to be like and what it would have to look like. And then from there, we just try out some simple casework to get our answer. So the answer to this problem was B, 11.